we're going to talk about next, which is convergence.
Yeah.
Eli, what is convergence?
Well, first, I
Yes.
have to do first things first.
Okay.
My mom is watching, and my wife and my kids, and I have to say hi. Hi, I miss you all.
Hi.
And the second thing is, you just mentioned something about manufacturers. And what I've been finding is that they're finally realizing, and even more and more now starting to acknowledge the market that's there and to start to take care of them.
Absolutely.
And this has been happening. I've watched this happen over the last 2 years, and it's extremely exciting.
Yeah, apparently when we were at Panasonic, I didn't understand, one of their reps was actually very, very excited. I didn't really understand until after that we were actually going to be talking about senior-friendly features on devices, because apparently that is one of the buzz topics that they're supposed to get out there this year. And I think
Well,
must have
we're
been so
going
happy.
to do it for them.
They must have been so happy to see us coming.
Yeah, we are going to do it for them. But, most people will think of senior-friendly features as a large screen or a big button or sound that's got better frequency to it, or that it takes less step to operate something, or you have beautiful icons like on the iPad. There are other things that are senior-friendly features as well, and one of them has to do with familiarity of the object.
Right.
Like training gives you familiarity. And the other one is context. So the context that it's in, if you're familiar with the context, helps you understand how to use something.
Like repetitive commands and things.
Repetitive, or like if you have something, let's say you have an outline. So something within an outline, your mind is already in the subject matter, so it's much easier to place the thing that you're hearing than if it's just abstract. Okay? So what's excited me a lot is all this talk about convergence. I've been hearing this for the last 10 years. It was PCs and audio. Who's going to win, the hardware makers or the software makers? And you see all that happening. You see the iPod, and you see the iPad, and you see all these MP3 players and so on. And now you could take an iPad or Zune, put it in a place in your house, and play music everywhere in your house. So it's
I love.
very, very exciting. It's very exciting. What's happening this year is that the manufacturers are beginning to converge their devices from the little phone all the way up to the large TV, the tablet, the computer. They're all making all this different hardware and having the same interface that runs them all. So I think Sony was using Android, if I'm not mistaken. Samsung had something called the Hub. And these things are all made very easy to use. Large icons, very simply, designed. And what happens is that this becomes a very, very powerful senior-friendly device, because let's say that you like to watch television. Because I think one of the problems is why things aren't friendly to seniors. Excuse me, is that they. Is that they just don't take the time or see the need to learn something. Okay? So if you give them a tablet, they may say, what do I need the tablet for? I'm perfectly fine with what I'm doing. Technology is complicated. Why should I learn it? However, they may be watching a lot of TV. So they'll be very motivated to learn how to use the TV. Now, if the TV has the same interface as the tablet, and they pick up the tablet, there is no barrier to learning how to use it. They've already learned how to use it.
Right.
Same thing with the phone, right? So this whole idea of convergence among the different products of an individual manufacturer is quite amazing. Now you have Google Android, and you have Apple. Now Apple's basically for Apple products. So I think that they have been as popular as they are, especially with seniors, because they converge among all their stuff. Their iPhone is just exactly like their
Right,
computer,
you can sync up everything.
Right,
Like
and Mobile Me, right, it's
and
all
it all
just
works
there.
the same, so
Exactly.
they can understand. Once you understand one, the other one's really
Exactly. So they've been doing this for a while. With the Android system, a lot of companies are using the Android system, so people are learning how to use it. So you have these two systems now that are out there that are very easy to use, very easy to customize, to make them even easier. And devices are starting to be run by these things. So now what happens is, if a Sony is being run by the Android system, a Sony TV, you can now use a Sony phone, the Ericsson, which has an Android interface, but you can now also use the Samsung phone, which may also have an Android interface.
As long as they're Android, yeah.
And you can use an HTC phone, which has, so all of a sudden, the interface is what is going to connect all these things. And once you learn the interface, now you can operate a lot of these things. So what can then happen is the other thing that I've seen at the show, which I think it goes directly to this idea of convergence, is that a lot of companies are making things like blood pressure monitors or clock radios in your home, other things, audio systems, even TV systems, where you can take your iPad or your Evo, an Android system,
Right.
an Android phone, plug them into a station, right? And all of a sudden, they just work, okay? Imagine having the same, and remember, you have the interface that you already know. You're taking your interface with you.
Right.
It's customized for you. Now imagine having that same kind of plug on a washing machine, or on a toaster, or on an oven, or on the alarm pad of your house. So you walk up, you take you plug that in,
Like
and
your
now you use
smartphone
it.
or your
smartphone,
or whatever
right.
it is, yeah.
You now know the interface, so you're carrying your interface with you, right?
Yeah.
Now, to take it even a step further, which is something else that I've been seeing that I see coming, I don't think it's quite here yet, is the advent of more powerful batteries, longer life batteries, more bandwidth, and voice recognition is now becoming better and better and better.
Yes.
So what I think is going to happen, which will be incredible for everybody, but especially for seniors,
Right.
is when you can do it all from your Bluetooth and talk.
You mean like turn on your TV that way, ask for a video,
Everything.
ring your aunt on the phone,
Turn
ask
on
to
your
connect
washing
everything.
machine. Right, everything. Turn on your alarm, turn off your lights, anything you want to do. But now the interface becomes your own brain and your voice. And I think that's where it's going. And this idea of convergence is just so exciting. And another thing that you can do with it, I know I didn't see it myself, but I've heard several of you talking about this, which is where you can sort of swipe one thing on a phone, and the TV now does the same swipe or moves or
Yeah, they go like this,
like
and it suddenly is
they're
up on the
connected.
TV.
It's like the God particle.
Oh,
you
it
know?
is.
Yeah, where you twist one thing. Okay, so imagine if this happens from a distance. So
Right.
I'm a child caregiver of a senior.
Yes.
Right? Or I have a child at home that is watching TV, but they can't figure out how to turn it on or whatever. They should be watching it by themselves. But let's say that my mom or my father is having a hard time turning the TV on. I can now see what their TV looks like by cloning it on my device 30 miles away, and I can do it for them, just like that. It makes the whole idea of remote control and being able to sort of tap into a loved one's brain to be able to help you if you're having a hard time.
I think we're just
or
one
maybe
step
just
away.
detect the phone.
We're just one
we are
step
so
away.
close
I had
to
a guy
all these
like
things.
I had a guy fixing my computer remotely, so I know this is.
It's all
I know
possible.
this is coming.
And it's so exciting. And when I walk around the CES show, I was just blown away by how close we are to all this stuff, and how our demographic who we're writing for, me, seniors, boomers, right? It's there. It's easy. I just hope it doesn't get too easy, so we don't we stop using our brains, but it's wonderful.
Well, thank you so much, Eli, for sharing all that. And also,
Yeah.
you have a vision, and I know
Yeah.
from your mouth to the manufacturers, they're already working on this as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
Yes,
very
it's-
exciting.
it's-
Convergence.
it's
This
so-
show is all about
It
convergence.
is so exciting.
I can't
I
wait
have
to
to
see.
say something else too.
Yes.
I am so proud of everybody from ElderGadget. They've been out there, the stuff that they're seeing coming up with, their insights into products, their presentations of all these things, you and Tony and Joe and Jessica.
Yeah, our producer
Greg,
Jessica, of
Lon,
course.
Alan, yeah.
In the
Michelle,
future, we'll just be thinking all this, and we'll
Nellie,
be able to hear it. It's going to be like, yeah.
Tony. I mean, it's everybody's here, and we're all so immersed in it. And it's a wonderful world.
2011 starting
Yeah.
off with a crack.
Yeah, so thank you for.
Thanks,
giving me-
Eli.
yeah, thanks.